it's Peg and Desmond.
Sons of Anarchy.
So, I am back, and I'm in love, and his name is Nero.
Just because you back don't mean you can take my man. You better sit down.
Excuse me.
Sit down.
Before we start arguing about Nero and who loves him more, I want to remind our viewers to please subscribe to our channel, like our video, and please leave us some comments. We love to read your comments.
Oh, absolutely. And make sure to check out the other videos on our channel.
Okay. Nero is out of jail, and he was my hero this week.
Nero the hero.
Nero the hero. I really swooned. The way he stood up for Gemma, the way he talked to everyone like a man, like an adult. Do you know what it is to see an adult man in action?
I don't know.
It's a thing of beauty is what it is. And we see it so rarely. And it saddens me that I'm seeing it on the television show with a television character.
You know Savannah gonna write on this wall, y'all birds better hang around, better minute. This is your fault, you bitter bitch.
Nero is just taking blows for Gemma. He's confronting Tara and getting lied on for Gemma.
Yes.
And he sits there and listens to Gemma's confession about what she did to her first husband with a look of sort of like a little bit of fear, but a lot of understanding.
She said it's part of the game.
Yes.
And we all know it. I said Gemma is a thug.
I loved it when Tara was talking to Nero and Nero said, "Look, it's the life," and she goes, "It's not the life, it's the wife."
Yes.
And it's basically intimating to him, if you don't run, you're gonna end up
like everybody else.
Like the rest of those guys that she chewed up and spit out.
First one dead, second one in jail, getting beat up on a daily basis. Nero will not be deterred. That is his woman. Gemma is my family. And he told Jax as much when Jax decided to fight him over his lying wife. Now, that fight was also a very sexy event to me too, because I love that the Cat Daddy had good moves. I was like, look how fast Cat Daddy's moving.
He's like old, and he was
going in
business.
He was going in. Nero is everything. .com.
He is.
Love him. Love him. And then even when they were in the kitchen and Nero said to Jax, "You don't know what your mother has done for you," and he looked at Jim and he goes, "Tell him, Mama." And I said, "Ooh, yes, yes."
All of a sudden I want someone to call me Mama. Who's gonna call me Mama?
And not be 1 year old spitting up. Right. That's what I want. I want Cat Daddy calling me that.
So it turns out that I thought Jax was gonna kill Gemma as soon as he looked at her.
Yeah.
But as soon as she told him that story, he melted like a puddle of water.
I think it's hard to hear about your mom being raped.
Yeah.
No matter what you think she's done, to hear something like that, especially considering he knew she'd already been raped.
Right.
I mean, this is round 2 for Mom, and she went there because you asked her to.
Right.
She went there about your business, not just because she was walking down the street and happened to be a victim.
Yeah.
So I think that touched his heart, and that was what allowed the conversation to even happen between he and Gemma. And Gemma showed no fear. She walked right up on him, and you know how Gemma loves a good close talk. Gemma loves to put those cheekbones and that big nose right up in your face and get real busy. So.
Well, here's what struck me. Tara has spent months building her little story, and it disintegrated in about 15 minutes. Everybody turned on her, all of her allies, Unser, Wendy, she got the doctor to confess.
Margaret, let me tell you about Margaret. Red was scared.
Oh.
Because remember, Gemma has laid hands on Red before.
Yeah.
Now, when Gemma shut that door, I think that lady was about to piss on herself. Like, she looked like she was about to lose her mind. And then Gemma caught her, and she goes, "It's my word against yours." And that's when Gemma said, "Oh, gotcha.
That's all I needed.
Gotcha." Because you would have told me that the pregnancy test was valid.
I almost thought Gemma was going to pull a tape recorder out of her bra and be like,
I did too.
Gotcha.
I did too. Actually, I was waiting on that also.
Yeah, but she didn't need to. She already had broken her.
Right. Red is scared witless. I'm surprised she's still working at the hospital.
And Unser had turned so much that he helped Jax terrorized Tara's lawyer.
Well, Unser, to his credit, did make Jax promise that no one was going to get hurt. Although I wasn't very persuaded by Jax's confirmation. He was like, yeah, nobody gets hurt.
I thought he meant himself. I got hurt.
I feel like Jax was like, all right, Unser, whatever.
That was another terrified woman. She looked like she saw the devil appear in front of her when Jax came out of the shadows of that trailer.
Because Jax is not Nero. Jax has no problem laying hands on a woman. Jax is all about that equal opportunity beat down.
Yes.
He is OSHA all day with his beat downs. It's I don't care.
I remember, I got a flashback from last season when that prostitute, stripper, whatever she was, he came into her house and he pretended he was going to make out with her, and then he slammed her head against her dressing room table. And I just was like, he could easily do that to this lawyer if she doesn't confess.
He doesn't care. That man is ruthless and reckless, and he doesn't mind. There is no code of ethics with our boy Jax.
Well, Tara knows it because she was sitting there with her baby in her arms and a gun in her lap waiting for her husband to come home.
I was actually surprised that she was there. I was surprised.
Well, she can't go anywhere.
I thought we would see her in a hotel in a rocking chair someplace.
I thought so too, but I think she thinks, you know what? I might as well confront him because he'll find me. Like, in a way, I think it's preferable, right? Just let him come home and we'll deal with it rather than me sitting around in a hotel room with,
looking guilty.
Looking guilty. I'm holding my breath, waiting for him to bust through that door. No, let's just deal with it. She's in trouble, though.
She is. I'm concerned for Wendy.
She's in so much trouble that Jax doesn't want to come home yet. He's not even ready to even see her face.
I feel like the best thing that she can do is take one of the children to her back and take the other one to her chest and just walk around with them all day, every day. Because I don't think that he would hurt his children.
No.
But so that may be the only way that she can count on survival. She better keep holding Abel or whatever his little name is.
I think that's Thomas. I don't know which one is Thomas, which one's Abel, but yes.
Yeah.
Hold her baby tight.
Clay likes to pray to the pussy. I thought that scene was funny at first, but then it was kind of weird because he did sound like a Baptist preacher, and then it got really weird when he bit that man's nose off. I said, why is everybody's teeth in this so, why is everyone, why are the teeth so strong in this show? I lost my thought there for a moment, but I couldn't figure out, because Otto bit, who did Otto bite? Otto bit his own tongue.
Yes, he bit his own tongue.
So remember, Otto bit his own tongue out of his mouth, and then Clay bit that man's face off.
Yes.
But I feel like we've seen some more biting.
Probably. You're right. Everybody has superhuman strength, and their jaws are the jaws of death.
I don't understand that. How did it get like that?
I don't know. It's savagery, really.
Yes.
And I had to rewind a couple times. Not that point. But
I was about to say, I only do that once.
No, when Clay, the doctor comes in, gives Clay a phone, unties him, basically says, like, if you get, caught and you turn me in, I'm gonna shock you to death with some Thorazine or whatever. And then the next thing I see is he's letting the guard in that got his nose bit off in to beat the crap out of Clay. And
Doctor's getting paid twice.
See, I missed the getting paid. I was like,
remember that guard walked in and handed him some cash. He closed that door right behind him and allowed that beat down to go down. That doctor is getting paid on both ends.
Well, what scared me the most is the doctor goes, you have 40 minutes. I was like, he could kill Clay in 40 minutes. 40 minutes.
That's a long beat down.
And then we saw Clay sitting somewhere in a straitjacket. I don't understand. Like, isn't the Irish coming to save him, or?
I think the whole purpose of that was to get into solitary and then be transferred from solitary someplace else. Because he technically doesn't need transport anywhere. So it was all like, let me create an incident so that I can get out of this level of security prison, maybe into maximum security, such that I have to be ridden someplace so the Irish can come interrupt. Speaking of the Irish, Galen better watch his Irish back, because Jax made a deal with CCH Pounder. Before we get into that deal, did anybody notice that white police officer made a comment about her hair?
Yes.
And the black police officer said something about it? Yes. If they make one more comment about her natural hair, I'm calling the NAACP. I am over this sense of anarchy. That's ridiculous. Has anybody seen somebody with some hair grow from their roots before?
I heard that, and I'm like, oh Lord.
Here goes Desiree.
Desiree is not like that.
I call Otto himself. Stop writing this, Kurt Sutter.
I don't know. It's controversial. The woman has natural hair. She had a wig. Now she's not wearing natural hair.
No, here she comes, big, black, and angry with her natural hair. Like,
as we all know, natural hair signifies that you're
wild.
You're rebellious.
Out of control.
You know, you're not taking it from the man
Cannot
anymore.
be tamed.
You're not going to straighten your hair for no man.
I can't.
So Jax finally wised up and figured out who he could throw to the shark that is CCH Pounder.
Yes.
And he's throwing the perfect bait, which is Galen.
Yes.
He already has a grudge against him. He hates him. And let's get rid of him and CCH Pounder in one fell swoop. I thought it was brilliant.
CCH had the nerve to act like that wasn't going to be enough until Jax kindly reminded her, listen, all right?
Yeah.
This is above your pay grade.
Right,
So
yeah.
you may as well get on board with this.
Right.
He had a real get down or lay down approach to that.
Yes.
That's what you call leverage in negotiations.
I will say that I feel like Jax has had a turnaround as a leader on Sons of Anarchy. He used to be the worst leader ever, but he's learned some lessons. He's really gotten a lot better at leading the Sons lately.
Leadership.
Yeah.
Leadership and sales. Jax. All right.
What, you have a job for him?
We'll see. We'll see. Time to spruce up that resume.
Okay, so is there anything else we need to talk about?
We should just touch very quickly on this. The girl and the mom situation. That was like a sidebar. It was a little bit of a distraction this episode.
Yeah.
I didn't quite understand where they were going with it, but I was confused. Commenters, let us know if we're right on this. Our theory is that the girl is the daughter of the woman behind the dumpster. Girl thought that the woman was dead, but the woman and died in the car crash that Jack's father died in at the hands of Clay.
Right.
Now, girl is upset. Girl comes to see Jax. Jax thinks the mother is dead as well, based on the information he receives. But he says when he's at the girl's house, that woman looks familiar.
Yeah.
I think it's because he sees her hobo behind at the ice cream shop picking through the trash cans.
But why is she hanging around the Sons if whatever happened umpteen years ago
I have
ruined
no
her
idea.
life?
I don't understand what's going on. I don't get it. Let us know if you saw some stuff. Some of our commenters are very astute.
Yeah.
So I would love to hear your thoughts on that.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. We'll see you next week. Remember, subscribe and leave us those comments.
Absolutely, and make sure to check out the other videos on our channel.
Bye.
Bye-bye.